Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, and we gotta talk about the Bust the Dust kit because, well, it's unfortunately a lot more broken than I even realized at the time of doing my review, because there's just so many bugs and things that are just overpowered with the Dust Bunnies too. It's very obvious to me that they did not playtest this enough, if they playtested it at all. And I find that extremely sad considering this is such a tiny pack. It really should have not been that hard to keep this thing stable, but apparently it is. I will leave a link in the video description below to James Turner's video that he uploaded today because it demonstrates very well just how bad it is. It goes beyond the simple don't like it, don't buy it cliche argument that I see so many people try to use as like a gotcha, I win sort of thing. But thankfully, if you are playing on PC or Mac, there are some mods that help fix the issues with this kit. The first mod I want to bring up is the Nerf Dust Bunny Forage by 12th Doctor 1. Thank you to Dr. Gluon for tweeting about this one because I wouldn't have known about it otherwise. But basically, this one actually nerfs the Dust Bunnies since they do give you a lot of money even when you don't interact with them. Which, yeah, in my personal opinion, is really overpowered. Definitely too much, and yeah, it can lead to values that can lead to 1,000 simoleons if your Dust Bunnies are actually really happy. By default, it is also possible for the Dust Bunnies to find the Amiskian treasures from Jungle Adventure, which is just what? How are those suddenly just hiding around the house? But this mod gets rid of that too, thankfully. Funny enough, that actually does happen twice in James Turner's video. There's also a bunch of mods by Zero to fix many issues. It's called Dust Shite. Love that name. And the first one is Inspired and Happy Buffs from having a clean house made hidden, where it removes the skill bonus and relationship bonus because it's shite. Removed the bonus / penalty for the fun motive, left only the hygiene one because it's shite. The tense / uncomfortable buffs are still visible, so I think that is a pretty good change, and it's definitely something I was worried about from the start. Even with a clean house, you have that Inspired +2 buff, which could definitely overpower certain buffs where it's like, oh no, this bad thing happened, and then you go into a clean room, it's like, oh, who cares, whatever, it's fine, because I'm in a very clean room. So, yeah, definitely a very concerning issue. But there's also Remove Filth, Fiend / Dust Bunny, so if you don't want the Dust Bunnies at all, then you can just download that mod. Preferably, I would like a mod where you don't have the Dust Bunnies in the dusty state, because you have the 4 different levels: clean, dusty, dirty, and filthy. So I just like for them to appear in dirty and filthy, because it feels like as if you're getting punished for having your house be a little bit dusty, when even Simguru Ninja said himself that the dusty state is supposed to be the neutral one, because it's like that in real life too. It's normal to have a little bit of dust rather than for the house to just be clean the whole time. I'm glad there is this option through this mod to turn them off completely though, because I feel like this pack is meant to be focused on realism, but then you have these unrealistic literal Dust Bunnies thrown into the equation, which I don't think really makes that much sense other than to try and make the pack more appealing because, hey, this dust that is somehow cute. There's also a mod that makes the dust accumulate a bit slower. I've had mixed results so far where I did have one house get dusty already within a sim day, but then when I was streaming last night, it somehow did take a while for the house to get dusty at all, even though I was playing with 2 Sims and 1 raccoon, whereas the other household, the only difference was that there was a toddler instead of a pet. But yeah, that's good that there is this mod just in case. I'll still need to play with this kit some more to see if I need it or not. There's also a mod that removes the sparkle, thank goodness. I've seen a lot of people get annoyed over this one, so good to see that this is already fixed. I already have a mod by Lothariho that also does the same thing, so you can just pick and choose between one of the two. But yeah, it's definitely an annoying thing. Like, even in build mode, you have the sparkles going, and I'm not sure how the developers thought that this was okay. And then the next one is residential only, where it should restrict the dust system to residential and rental lots. I assume this is how it would have worked in the first place. I'm really shocked that they even allow the dust to be in venues, because what? It's not like my Sims own the venues unless it's a retail store, so it's not really my business to have to take care of whether the local lounge or the park in the bathrooms or something like that are dusty or not. One other mod also reduces the autonomy of vacuums and makes it only happen in residential lots. So I guess just when you're hanging out the local pool, Sims were vacuuming? I don't know. I didn't even just leave it up to me playtesting. I just threw that mod in right away because I've had plenty of experience, not just with The Sims 4, but in other Sims games, where Sims just get really addicted to using certain objects very often. Then the next one is no money from bunnies. What the actual fudge? That's probably my favorite one. That's my favorite description in this whole thing. Just straight up questioning just why. And then no route events, where those are the ones where a Sim stops to smell things. Enough said. I have seen that in my gameplay. Not enough to really annoy me that much, but it is good that there is the option to turn those off with this mod too. There's a couple more here, so there's no cleanliness romance buffs, so buffs like fresh and frisky won't appear. Personally, I don't mind them. I find them kind of quirky in a Sim sort of way that I don't think really is super annoying like how the dust bunnies can be at times. And then the last one is no focus from cleaning. Insane focus buffs all turned into +1 happy buffs. In addition, there is also no audio versions of some of the mods because they removed the audio bump that can happen when your house transitions from one state of cleanliness into another. I was just about to wrap up this video, but Little Miss Sam just uploaded some mods as well, 5 of them. So there's less idle animation, where it disables the routing idle animations except when the place is filthy, so it's a bit different from Zero's mod in that way. And then there's reduced dust spawn rates, where the time until new dust spawns got increased by 100%, and then less bunny rewards, where the money loot is now only between 1 to 3 simoleons, and the chance to get some is lowered to 5%. Object rewards are disabled completely. This also sounds like a pretty good option to make the dust bunnies not so overpowered. Then there's no audio, sound, and dirty floors. Disable the dust overlay on the whole floor, so now only dust piles and bunnies will appear. The sounds when the floor state changes is also disabled. And there's vacuum time and autonomy changes, where it reduced the time for vacuuming by half and changes the autonomy, so Sims will only vacuum when it is at least dirty. I might replace Zero's autonomy mod with this one. I'm not sure if it will prevent Sims from vacuuming in community lots though, if I use this Little Miss Sam one, because I do think that these two mods could possibly conflict. So it is one thing to keep in mind if you do plan on downloading a lot of these mods from different creators, to make sure you don't download 2 mods that do the exact same thing. Otherwise, they will conflict and can cause glitches. But that's basically it for this video, so I will leave all the links in the video description below to these mods, and hopefully this video helped you all out if you did decide to get this Bust the Dust kit. I hope Maxis tuned some of these things themselves, but I'm not counting on it, since none of these literally break the game, like say when Snowy Escape came out last year and it made the game crash a lot, and even the patch for that patch still didn't make things any better, and yeah, that was a whole mess. So in that case, that was fixed a bit more quickly, but I don't think these things will be fixed for at least a few months. Maybe we'll get lucky, but I'm not counting on that. I mean, the eco footprint is still pretty broken from Eco Lifestyle that came out almost a year ago. And be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest gaming content, including life simulations and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!